Marcus Chen wiped the sweat from his forehead and checked his work tablet. Another 12 cargo containers to move before his shift ended. His muscles ached, but that was normal. He had been working in the cargo bay of Station Kepler 442 for 3 years now, ever since his wife died in that terrible accident. The station was huge, home to over 100,000 beings from 47 different species. Marcus was one of only 12 humans living this far from Earth. Most aliens found humans scary. They called Earth a Class 12 death world, the most dangerous rating possible. Marcus understood why. Back on Earth, everything seemed normal. But out here, among species from gentle worlds with low gravity and no predators, humans were like monsters from a nightmare. Marcus did not mind the fear. It kept people away, and he liked it that way. He just wanted to work, earn money, and raise his daughter in peace. 8-year-old Lily was his whole world now. She had her mother's bright smile and curious nature. Unlike Marcus, Lily made friends easily. She did not understand why other species were nervous around her. His tablet beeped, a message from the station school. Lily's classes had ended early today. She was going to play in the central garden with her best friend, Crei. Marcus smiled. Crei was a small insectoid child whose species, the Tixians, were barely 3 feet tall. Lily always made sure to move slowly around Crei so she would not scare her friend. Marcus lifted another container. It weighed nearly 800 pounds. For the station's loading machines, it was too heavy. For Marcus, with Earth's heavy gravity bred into his bones and muscles, it was manageable. He heard 2 Quellan workers whispering behind him. They always whispered when they saw him lift things. Their species had 6 arms but could not match a human's strength. The afternoon passed slowly. Marcus moved containers, checked inventory lists, and tried not to think about the past. 3 years ago, he had been someone different. Back on Earth, he had served in the Special Forces. He knew 100 ways to fight, to survive, to win. But he left that life behind when Lily was born. He wanted to be a father, not a soldier. Then the accident happened. A cargo pod malfunction. His wife, Sarah, had been working in the wrong section at the wrong time. The station's safety systems failed. She died instantly. Marcus almost went back to his old life that day. Almost let the rage take over. But then he looked at Lily's tear-streaked face and knew what he had to do. He took the cargo bay job, the quietest position he could find, and focused on being the father his daughter needed. His tablet beeped again. This time, it was an emergency alert. Marcus's heart stopped. The message was from the medical bay. Lily had been injured. She needed him right away. Marcus dropped the container he was holding. It crashed to the floor with a boom that made everyone in the cargo bay jump. He was already running. His human legs, built for marathon hunting across Earth's plains, carried him faster than any species on the station could move. Workers scattered out of his way. The cargo bay was in Sector 12. The medical bay was in Sector 4. Normally, it took 15 minutes to walk between them. Marcus made it in 4 minutes. His heart pounded. His breathing was controlled despite the sprint. Millions of years of evolution had made humans into endurance predators. He barely felt tired. He burst through the medical bay doors. Dr. Sora, a kind Quellan with soft blue fur, turned toward him. Her 6 eyes widened in alarm. Marcus knew he must look terrifying. His face was flushed, his jaw clenched, his eyes wild with fear. "Where is she?" His voice came out low and rough. "Mr. Chen, please calm down. Lily is... Where?" Dr. Sora pointed to a treatment room. Marcus pushed through the door and saw his daughter lying on a medical bed. Her left arm was bent at a wrong angle. Tears ran down her face. When she saw him, she tried to smile. "Daddy, I'm okay. It doesn't hurt too much." Marcus knelt beside her. His hands shook as he gently touched her good hand. "What happened, sweetheart?" Lily's lip trembled. "We were playing tag. I was chasing Crei, and I accidentally bumped into a guard. He got really mad. He pushed me hard and called me a bad name. I fell against the bench. Something cold settled in Marcus's chest. Someone had hurt his daughter, on purpose. Dr. Sora entered the room, holding a medical scanner. Mr. Chen, her arm is broken. I need to set it and put it in a regeneration cast. She will be fine in a few weeks. Who? Marcus asked. His voice was very quiet now. Too quiet. Dr. Sora's fur rippled with nervousness. She recognized that tone. The station's database had psychological profiles on humans. This was what the files called predator mode. Mr. Chen, it was an accident. Who hurt my daughter? Each word was sharp and clear. Dr. Sora's wings drooped. Zix. He is a Vraxian guard. He said Lily should have watched where she was going. He claimed she disrespected him. But Mr. Chen, the Vraxians control station security. You cannot... Where is he now? Please, Mr. Chen, the Vraxian military is very powerful here. Commander Thelxus runs security. If you confront them, they will arrest you. Or worse. Marcus stood up. He pulled out his tablet and accessed the station directory. In seconds, he found what he needed. Zix was still on duty, currently located in the military compound in Sector 7. Who is his commanding officer? Commander Thelxus, but... Marcus leaned down and kissed Lily's forehead. I will be back soon, baby. Dr. Sora will take care of you. Daddy? Where are you going? To talk to some people. He looked at Dr. Sora. Fix her arm. I will handle everything else. Dr. Sora watched him leave. She immediately sent a message to station security. A human in predator mode was heading toward the military sector. Every species that studied Earth biology knew what that meant. They needed to evacuate civilians and prepare for something very bad. In the hallway, Marcus walked with steady purpose. His face was calm now. His breathing was even. But inside, something ancient and terrible was waking up. He had been a soldier once. He had promised himself never to be that person again. But someone had hurt Lily. And that changed everything. Behind him, automated station warnings began to sound. Marcus followed the sound of voices deeper into the compound. His human hearing, average by Earth standards but exceptional here, picked up every word. They were speaking in Vraxian, but his translator implant converted it instantly. The human cannot be serious. One Deathworlder against our entire force? 8 guards down already. Command wants the training room sealed. Let him come. Zix is there with a dozen soldiers. The human will not get close. Marcus turned a corner and found the training room. Large double doors, currently sealed. Through the small window, he could see at least 15 Vraxians inside. In the center stood Zix. He was young, maybe equivalent to a human 20-year-old. His skin was bright green, unmarked by battle scars. He was laughing, telling a story to the others. Marcus activated his tablet's recording function. Everything from this point forward needed to be documented. Then he placed his hand on the door's access panel. The panel denied him. Military clearance required. Marcus pulled out a small tool from his pocket. It was technically maintenance equipment, but he had modified it years ago. Old habits from his soldier days. He attached it to the panel and waited. 5 seconds later, the door clicked open. The laughter inside stopped immediately. 15 Vraxians turned to stare at Marcus standing in the doorway. They were all bigger than him, all armed. But something in their eyes betrayed their fear. They had seen the reports. 8 guards unconscious in the corridors. 1 human had done that. I am looking for Zix, Marcus said calmly. The young Vraxian stepped forward, his throat sac inflated with false confidence. I am Zix. You are the father of that annoying human spawn who ran into me. Marcus felt his jaw clench. He forced himself to breathe slowly. Stay in control. Her name is Lily. She is 8 years old. You pushed her hard enough to break her arm. Zix laughed. She should watch where she goes. Deathworld mongrels need to learn their place on this station. The other guards shifted uncomfortably. Even they seemed to sense that Zix had said something very dangerous. Marcus took one step into the room. All 15 guards raised their plasma rifles. "Put your weapons down," Marcus said. His voice was soft but carried clearly across the room. "I do not want to hurt anyone else. I only want Zix to apologize and pay for my daughter's medical treatment." Zix spat on the floor. "I will not apologize to a primitive human. You Deathworlders think you are scary, but you are just animals. Look around. 15 armed soldiers, what can you do?" Marcus looked at each guard carefully. Their weapons were charged. At this range, 15 simultaneous shots would definitely incapacitate him, maybe kill him. But he noticed something important. Their hands were shaking, not from the cold, from fear. "Your weapons need 2 seconds to recharge between shots," Marcus said conversationally. "I can cross this room in 1.3 seconds. In that time, I will reach your weapon control panel on the wall behind you, the one that controls the training room's artificial gravity. I will disable the gravity for exactly 3 seconds. That is enough time to disarm all of you." One of the older guards, a female with battle scars, lowered her rifle slightly. "Human, please. Just leave. We do not want this fight. Then make Zix apologize." "I will do no such thing," Zix shouted. "You cannot threaten us. This is our compound, our station." Marcus sighed. "I gave you a chance." He moved, not toward the guards, but toward the wall. His human acceleration caught them off guard. They fired, but plasma bolts hit where he had been, not where he was. Marcus's hands slammed into the gravity control panel, and suddenly everyone was floating. Vraxians evolved on a high-gravity world, but not as high as Earth. In zero gravity, they panicked. Their bodies were not designed for it. They flailed, trying to orient themselves. Their weapons floated out of reach. Marcus had trained for this. Years ago, in the Special Forces, zero-G combat had been part of his certification. He pushed off the wall and flew across the room like a missile. He caught the first guard's rifle, used it to redirect his momentum toward the second, and began systematically disarming them. 3 seconds later, gravity returned. All 15 Vraxians crashed to the floor in a tangled heap. Their rifles were now in a pile in the corner. Marcus stood over them, not even breathing hard. Zix tried to crawl away, but Marcus grabbed his arm, the same arm he had used to push Lily. "You broke my daughter's arm. Now you understand what that feels like. Please, no. I am sorry. I am sorry." Too late for that. Before Marcus could do anything else, the training room's main entrance exploded inward. Not literally, but it slammed open so hard it might as well have. Standing in the doorway was Commander Thelxus. The commander was massive. Nearly 9 feet tall, with dark blue skin that signified his high rank. His throat sac was the size of a human head. Behind him stood 20 elite guards in full combat armor. These were not the young recruits Marcus had fought before. These were veterans. Thelxus's voice boomed across the room. "Human! You have violated sacred military space. You have assaulted Vraxian soldiers. You will be executed for these crimes." Marcus slowly released Zix and turned to face the commander. He kept his recording tablet visible in his pocket, the small light showing it was still recording. "Your subordinate assaulted my 8-year-old daughter. I came here for justice. Your spawn disrespected a Vraxian guard. She deserved punishment. She is a child. She is a Deathworlder, a threat to station peace." Thelxus stepped into the room. His elite guards fanned out, surrounding Marcus. "You humans think you are special. You come from a dangerous world, so you believe you are warriors. But you are wrong. You are primitives with strong bodies and weak minds. Emotional. Irrational. This display proves it." Marcus looked at the commander carefully. Thelxus was confident. Too confident. He had never fought a real fight. He had risen through ranks by bullying weaker species. He thought his size and numbers made him safe. "I want 3 things," Marcus said calmly. Zix apologizes to my daughter, he pays her medical costs, and he transfers off this station within 24 hours. That is all. Thelxus laughed. It was a deep, croaking sound. You are in no position to make demands, human. You are surrounded. You are outnumbered. You will be arrested. Your spawn will be taken by station services. You will never see her again. Something changed in Marcus's eyes. The guards closest to him took an unconscious step backward. One of them, a veteran with dozens of battle ribbons, whispered to his companion, "We should leave. Now." Why? Look at his eyes. That is not fear. That is not anger. That is certainty. Marcus spoke very quietly. "Commander, I have recorded everything since I entered this compound. Zix admitting he hurt my daughter. You threatening to take her from me. All of it. The recording is uploading to the station's public network right now. It is also being transmitted to Earth's diplomatic corps." Thelxus's throat sac deflated slightly. "You are bluffing." "Am I?" Marcus held up his tablet, showing the upload progress bar. 73% complete. "It does not matter. We control this station. Humans are weak politically. No one will care about one child." Marcus smiled. It was not a nice smile. "Then you understand nothing about humans. We are very emotional, as you said. Very irrational, especially about our children. Let me tell you what will happen next, Commander." Thelxus opened his mouth to respond, but Marcus continued, his voice cutting through the room like a knife. "In approximately 90 seconds, my recording will be public. Every human on this station will see it. Every human in the Earth Diplomatic Corps will see it, and they will respond. We have military force, and Earth has 12 billion humans who will learn that you hurt one of our children and threatened to take her from her father. Do you really want to see what happens when humanity gets emotional and irrational?" For the first time, doubt flickered across Commander Thelxus's face. The upload bar on Marcus's tablet reached 95%. Commander Thelxus stared at it, his confidence crumbling. Around the training room, his elite guards shifted nervously. They had studied military history. They knew what happened when you threatened a human's child. There was a famous incident 20 years ago. A human mining colony had been raided by pirates. 3 children were taken. Earth responded by sending their entire third fleet. They hunted those pirates across 6 star systems. It took 2 months, but they found them. Not one pirate survived. The children were returned home safely. Earth's unofficial policy was simple: hurt our children, face our species. "Last chance, Commander," Marcus said. The upload reached 100%. "Make this right, or watch your career end." Thelxus's throat sac inflated with rage. "You dare threaten me? I am a Vraxian commander. You are just a cargo worker, a nobody." "I am a father. That is all that matters." Thelxus made his fatal mistake. He reached for his sidearm. "I will end this now. One dead human is easier to explain than—" Marcus moved before the commander could finish his sentence. The elite guards tried to stop him, but they were too slow. Marcus ducked under the first guard's grab, used the second guard's own armor as a springboard, and launched himself directly at Thelxus. The commander was big and strong, but size meant nothing if you did not know how to use it. Marcus had fought opponents twice his size on Earth. He understood leverage and physics. As Thelxus raised his weapon, Marcus grabbed the commander's wrist and twisted. The angle was wrong for Vraxian anatomy. Something cracked. Thelxus roared in pain. His sidearm clattered to the floor. He tried to grab Marcus with his other hand, but Marcus was already moving. He swept the commander's forward leg while pushing his upper body backward. 9 feet tall or not, everyone fell the same way when their balance was broken. Thelxus crashed to the ground hard. The impact shook the room. Before he could recover, Marcus dropped his knee onto the commander's chest and grabbed his broken arm. The pain made Thelxus freeze. "Do not move," Marcus said quietly. "I can make this much worse." The elite guards rushed forward, but Marcus's voice stopped them. "Take one more step, and I break his other arm. Then his legs. Your medical technology can fix him eventually, but it will take months. Do you want to explain to the Vraxian High Command why their station commander is in a regeneration tank because you escalated this situation?" The guards froze. Their training told them to save their commander. Their survival instincts told them not to provoke the Deathworlder. Marcus looked down at Thelixus. "I am going to do something to you now, something that will hurt your pride more than your body. You are going to kneel before me, you are going to acknowledge that you were wrong, and you are going to make sure my daughter gets justice." "Never!" Thelgus spat. "I will never kneel to a human. It is the ultimate humiliation in Vraxian culture. I would rather die." "Then die knowing your pride cost your people their control of this station." Marcus pulled out his tablet again with his free hand. On the screen, messages were flooding in. The recording had gone viral across the station network. Humans were mobilizing. Other species were watching in shock. And most importantly, Earth's ambassador to the Galactic Council was demanding an immediate investigation. "Read the messages, Commander. Your government is already receiving diplomatic pressure. In approximately 5 minutes, the Galactic Council will contact this station. They will ask why a Vraxian soldier assaulted a human child and why you threatened to separate her from her father. How will you explain this?" Thelxus tried to struggle, but Marcus applied pressure to the broken arm. The commander gasped in pain. "You are destroying my career. You destroyed it yourself when you let Zix hurt my daughter. I am just making sure everyone knows about it." Marcus shifted his weight, and with careful manipulation of the commander's broken arm and his superior position, he began forcing Thelxus upward. The commander fought, but pain and human persistence won. Slowly, inevitably, Marcus forced the massive Vraxian into a kneeling position. It was humiliating. In Vraxian culture, kneeling was reserved only for total surrender to a superior being. It meant admitting complete defeat. Thelxus's elite guards looked away, unable to watch their commander's shame. "There," Marcus said. "Now you understand. You hurt someone I love, and this is the consequence. Not death, not violence. Just the truth for everyone to see. You are not as powerful as you thought, and humans are not as weak as you believed." Thelxus's voice was broken. "What do you want?" "I already told you. Zix apologizes to Lily. He pays her medical costs. He transfers off this station. And you establish clear rules that no Vraxian soldier will ever hurt a civilian child again. Those are my terms." "And if I refuse?" Marcus gestured to his tablet. "Then this recording stays public. Earth's government will use it as evidence of Vraxian aggression. The Galactic Council will investigate. Other species will question whether Vraxians should control station security. Your High Command will remove you to save face. You will lose everything." "You have thought of everything, human." "I had 10 minutes to plan. Humans are very good at thinking under pressure." "It is how we survived on Earth." A new voice spoke from the doorway. "Commander Thelxus, I am Station Master Krell. I have reviewed the humans' recording. Under galactic law, you are in violation of multiple civilian protection protocols. I am hereby suspending your authority pending a full investigation." Station Master Krell was a Quellan, same species as Dr. Sora. His 6 arms carried multiple data tablets, all showing the recording. Behind him stood station security, not Vraxian soldiers, but neutral peacekeepers from various species. Thelxus looked up at Marcus with hatred in his eyes. "You have won, human. But do not think this is over." "It is over," Marcus said. He released the commander and stood up. "Zix will apologize to my daughter. He will pay her medical bills. He will leave this station. And you will write new protocols protecting all children. That is the deal. Take it, or face the consequences." Krell stepped forward. "Commander, I advise you to accept." The Galactic Council is already contacting us. Earth's ambassador is threatening to withdraw humans from all Vraxian-controlled stations. The economic impact alone would be devastating. Thelxus struggled to his feet, cradling his broken arm. His throat sac hung deflated. His elite guards would not meet his eyes. He had been defeated by one human, one father protecting his child. "I accept," he said quietly. "Zix will apologize. The medical costs will be paid. He will transfer within 24 hours. I will personally write new civilian protection protocols." Marcus nodded. "Good. Now I am going back to my daughter. If anyone tries to stop me, this recording gets sent to every news network in the galaxy. Understood?" No one moved. No one spoke. They all just watched as Marcus Chen, cargo worker and single father, walked out of the Vraxian military compound. Behind him, Commander Thelxus knelt in shame, and 30 elite guards tried to process what they had just witnessed. Marcus checked his tablet. 10 minutes and 40 seconds had passed since he left the medical bay. In that time, he had fought through a military compound, forced a commander to his knees, and secured justice for his daughter. As he walked back through the station corridors, aliens stared at him with new understanding. Humans were not just dangerous because of their physical abilities. They were dangerous because of their love. A human protecting their child was not just a threat. It was an unstoppable force of nature. Marcus did not care about their stares. He only cared about getting back to Lily. She was waiting for him, and he had promised to fix everything. Marcus returned to the medical bay 30 minutes after he had left. Dr. Sora was still with Lily, finishing the regeneration cast on her broken arm. When Lily saw her father walk through the door, her face lit up with relief. "Daddy, you are back!" Marcus knelt beside her bed and gently touched her good hand. "I told you I would be. How are you feeling?" "Better. Dr. Sora gave me medicine. My arm does not hurt anymore." Lily looked at her father carefully. "Did you fight people?" Marcus hesitated. He had not wanted Lily to see that side of him, the soldier, the fighter. But Dr. Sora spoke quietly. "She watched some of it on the medical bay monitors. The station broadcast your recording on the public network. Everyone saw what happened." Lily's eyes were wide. "You made that big commander kneel down. I did not know you could do that." "I did not want you to know. I wanted to be just your dad, not—" Marcus struggled to find the words. "Not scary?" "Yes, not scary." Lily thought about this for a moment. Then she squeezed his hand. "You came for me. When I was hurt, you came. That is not scary. That is what daddies do." Marcus felt his eyes burn with tears. He had been so afraid that Lily would be frightened of him. Instead, she understood. He pulled her into a gentle hug, careful of her broken arm. Dr. Sora quietly left them alone. Outside the medical bay, she saw Station Master Krell waiting. The Quellan administrator looked tired. "How is the child?" "She will heal completely in 3 weeks. Humans have excellent bone regeneration." "Good. I am glad." Krell looked through the window at Marcus and Lily. "I have reviewed the entire incident. The human was completely justified. Zix admitted on recording to assaulting a child. Commander Thelxus threatened to separate a child from her only parent. Under galactic law, Marcus Chen had every right to seek justice. What will happen now?" "Zix is being arrested. He will face formal charges for assault on a minor. Commander Thelxus has been relieved of duty. A formal investigation is underway. The Vraxian High Command is already distancing themselves from this incident. They do not want a war with Earth over one child." Dr. Sora's fur rippled with satisfaction. "Good. The Vraxians have been too aggressive for too long. Perhaps this will teach them." "Perhaps. But it has also reminded everyone about humans. Every species on this station is re-evaluating their understanding of Deathworlders." Inside the medical bay, Lily was asking Marcus questions. "Why did those guards hurt you?" I saw you fighting them. They were trying to stop me from reaching Zix, but they did not really want to hurt me. They were just doing their job. You did not really hurt them either, did you? Marcus smiled. No, I made sure everyone would be okay. I just needed them to get out of my way. Because of me. Because of you. You are the most important person in the universe to me, Lily. No one gets to hurt you. Ever. Lily was quiet for a moment. Mom would be proud of you. Marcus's throat tightened. You think so? Yes. She always said you were the bravest person she knew. Now I understand why. Over the next few days, life on station Kepler 442 slowly returned to normal. But things had changed. Zix was transferred off the station in disgrace. Commander Thelxus was court-martialed and demoted. A new Vraxian commander took over, one who immediately implemented strict civilian protection protocols. The new protocols were simple. No military personnel could use force against civilians without proper cause. All incidents involving children required immediate investigation, and any soldier who harmed a child would face maximum penalties. Marcus's recording became famous throughout the station and beyond. It was studied in military academies as an example of how quickly situations could escalate. It was shown in xenobiology classes to demonstrate human protective instincts, and it was shared among parents of all species as a reminder that some things were universal. All parents loved their children. All parents would fight for them. Marcus returned to his cargo bay job, but now when he walked through the station, people treated him differently. The fear was still there, but it was mixed with respect. Other species nodded to him in the corridors. Some even smiled. The other humans on the station treated him like a hero. Chen Wei brought him dinner for a week. Sarah Okonkwo offered to babysit Lily any time. Thomas Webb gave Lily free ice cream every time she visited his restaurant. You reminded them, Chen Wei said one evening over drinks. You reminded the galaxy why they should not mess with humans. I just protected my daughter. That is exactly what makes us dangerous. We do not fight for territory or resources. We fight for the people we love. That is something most species do not understand. 3 weeks later, Lily's arm was completely healed. Dr. Sora removed the regeneration cast and declared her perfectly healthy. Lily immediately ran to the central garden to play with Kree. The little Tixian was thrilled to have her best friend back. Marcus watched them play from a nearby bench. Other parents were there too, watching their children. A Quellan mother sat down next to him. Thank you, she said quietly. For what? For making this station safer for all our children. The new protocols protect everyone. Marcus nodded. He had not thought about it that way. He just wanted justice for Lily, but she was right. Other children were safer now, too. As the afternoon passed, Marcus reflected on everything that had happened. He had tried so hard to leave his old life behind, to be just a father, not a soldier. But maybe that was the wrong way to think about it. Maybe being a father meant sometimes being a soldier, not for violence, but for protection. That evening, Marcus tucked Lily into bed. She was sleepy but happy, exhausted from playing all day with Kree. As he turned off the lights, she called out to him. Daddy? Yes, sweetheart? Will you always protect me? Marcus sat on the edge of her bed. Always, no matter what. That is a promise. And you will teach me how to protect myself too? When I am older? Marcus smiled. Yes. I will teach you everything I know. How to be strong. How to be smart. How to be kind. And how to stand up for what is right. Good. Because when I grow up, I want to be brave like you. You are already brave, Lily. You were brave when you got hurt. You were brave when the doctors fixed your arm. You are the bravest person I know. Lily yawned. I love you, Daddy. I love you too, baby. Sleep well. Marcus left her room and walked to the viewport in their small apartment. Outside, the stars stretched endlessly. Somewhere out there was Earth, the death world that created humanity, the planet that made humans into what they were: dangerous, persistent, and fiercely protective of their own. He thought about Commander Thelsis kneeling in that training room, about the fear in the guards' eyes, about the respect in other species' faces now. Humans were still rare in the galaxy, still considered primitive by some, but they had learned an important lesson: never threaten a human's child. Marcus smiled and returned to his reading. Tomorrow he would go back to the cargo bay. He would lift containers and check inventory lists. He would be the quiet worker everyone knew. But now they also knew something else about him, about all humans. They knew that beneath the quiet surface, there was something ancient and powerful. A love so strong it could move mountains. A determination so fierce it could break armies. A promise so absolute that nothing in the galaxy could stop it. And that promise was simple: protect our children, and we will live in peace. Harm them, and you will face humanity at its most dangerous. Marcus Chen had kept his promise to Lily. He had fixed everything, and in doing so, he had reminded the galaxy why humans were not just survivors of Earth. They were parents. And nothing in the universe was more terrifying than a parent protecting their young. The station's lights dimmed for the night cycle. Marcus checked on Lily one more time, kissed her forehead, and settled in for the evening. Tomorrow would be a normal day. Just a father and his daughter, living their quiet life on station Kepler 442. And that was exactly how Marcus wanted it. And Marcus Chen always kept his promises to his daughter.